Good Tuesday morning, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and welcome to Real Talk. This is an insider's guide to real estate life and the pursuit of happiness. It's presented by the Yes Team Realtors, folks. We're live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world. You never know what you're going to hear on this program. We may be wearing spandex as Batman and Robin. We could be talking Oreos and the ratio of dunking the Oreos in milk. We may be drinking bourbon. In fact, today we are, because Judah, we should go to the studio cam. I'm going to start by offering some kudos, some praise, some accolades, some attention to the distinguished gentleman, Keith Smith. Granddaughter expected. This is second grandkid. First granddaughter.
First granddaughter.
First granddaughter. So this is big time. She's going to be a princess. Little Harry's already a prince. This is a princess waiting to happen.
You think?
C-section scheduled 11:15.
11:15
today.
I'm watching my text here.
56 minutes from now.
You normally make me shut it off. I disobeyed the rules today, so I'm going to be tracking my iPhone here to see texts come in.
So why don't we do this? Are you on a two-shot? Judah Wickhauer is our fabulous director. Are you on a two-shot with Smith and I? Why don't we bust out and Quentin Beckham? Is Quentin Beckham watching here? I'm going to bust out the Angels Envy.
Look at that.
The Angels Envy. Can you get the Angels Envy and my glass and a glass for Smith over here, Judah, so we can do this?
We don't want to. No bad juju. We have to wait for that text to come.
Yeah.
For that text to come in.
Right.
So we got to sit it here.
But I got to have like a cigar. Let's get that on set. Thank you very much, Judah.
You know, I actually yesterday evening tried to buy 2 cigars for us, and I couldn't find any.
We could have smoked them in here.
Well,
I wouldn't have cared.
You could have smoked them.
I wouldn't have cared.
I'm not a cigar guy.
Okay.
So I'm not
I like the Alec Bradley family blend, if anyone's watching this program. Quentin Beckham gives me a hard time about the Angels Envy. I think it's fantastic bourbon. I think Quentin Beckham
I think we need to get Rachel on, because she is absolutely a connoisseur on this stuff.
Quentin called this the gay man's bourbon. I said, I love this bourbon.
Okay.
I also have Buffalo Trace over there, and I have the gift from Quentin over there.
But I don't get the whole gays thing. What?
I think it's fantastic. I think he says because it's too sweet a bourbon.
Well, we're going to find out. I've never had it.
We're going to have this once Keith Smith gets the text. Rachel, we'll ask you some bourbon and brown liquor questions. I know that's up your alley. We got to talk.
Well, there's connoisseurs, and then there's Rachel.
Oh, she knows it well?
She does.
She knows it well. So how are you feeling right now?
I'm a little bit...
Are you nervous?
No.
Okay.
No, it's...
I mean, let's be honest. You're sitting here drinking bourbon in the morning. Your wife is watching the first grandson for the last 3 days because your daughter and your son-in-law are stuck in the hospital. So you're seriously doing the heavy lifting in this entire process, I can tell right now, Keith Smith.
That means I have to drink at 10:15 in the morning. Is that 11:15 in the morning? Is that my... Okay, I could do it. Okay. No, it's funny. I was telling you before we went on air. Not funny, but this is just a result of COVID, and this is the reason Yona is up there. They went in early this morning, right? And it's a C-section, so it's either 3 or 5 days, depending on how everything goes. The husband and the wife cannot leave the room the whole time, so they are going to be in this hospital room.
That's serious.
For 3 to 5 days. So Mrs. Smith is going to be watching the
That's Yona, his better 7/8.
My better 7/8.
Is basically watching a 2-year-old for 72 hours.
Watching, well, more than that, I think. Watching the 2-year-old managing me from afar.
Well, I was going to say, what's more challenging?
I got my orders already. I walked from the X building to here, got my orders. Yes, ma'am, I'm good. Make sure you do this. Yes, ma'am, I'm good. And
she's had a lot of practice for this moment with Harry, little Harry.
35 years, man. Yeah. But hey, I'm excited about Rachel. She's going to tell us some awesome stuff about her, about all the volunteer work she does, and maybe a little bit of bourbon.
And Rachel Burns is on the line. I got the Angels Envy in front of me. Hello, Rachel. You look absolutely fantastic. She's got obviously a badass bar behind her. Wait till you see this bar behind Rachel Burns. You might have to wet the whistle with us in honor of Smith's granddaughter that's on the horizon.
That's fair.
That's fair. Never going to decline Rachel Burns, our friend on the line here. Rachel, did we meet at the Lazy Parrot when I was hosting trivia? I was trying to figure this out.
Yep, I cheated and I watched the intro, and you are absolutely correct, and I cannot believe that you.
That was like 12 years ago.
was forever ago.
Yeah, those are some really good times. All right, so Rachel Byrne, she's absolutely fantastic on the line. Keith Smith is itching to offer you a question right here. I see the man chomping at the bit.
I'm writing notes. Hey, Rachel, lean over a little bit. Lean over a little bit. Let me see what you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed too. What's your favorite?
For me to stutter and be speechless takes a bit.
Slide you this.
A lot of work.
How you doing, girlfriend?
Fantastic.
Good.
On this rainy day.
I was thinking on the way in, how long have we known each other? When was the first time we met? God.
Gosh, I don't remember.
Didn't you work with Yaz at one point? Yasmina?
I don't think we ever worked together, but we've known each other for years. I mean, for over a decade.
That's his daughter, guys, for those that don't know.
Yeah. I thought you worked with Yasmina at one point, waitressing or doing something. No? Okay.
I don't think we've ever actually worked together.
Gesundheit. So,
Thank you.
I promised you no stats, no real estate. I promised you that when we were having a cocktail at the Aberdeen Barn preparing for this show.
Was QB in there too? Was Quentin there?
He could have been.
Okay, big fan of Quentin Peckham.
He could have been.
Someone tag Quentin Peckham and make sure he's watching this.
You better be.
So give us the flip book of Rachel's life.
So I am Charlottesville born and bred. Both of my parents have broker's license, have a broker's license. My dad runs 5 RE/MAX offices. My mom has a property management business. So real estate is, in my blood. I've been in real estate. I was licensed in 2006. And I've been on the board of directors now this is my 6th year.
Wow.
Whiskey, wine, and food are my passions. And what else would you like to know?
That list is rather efficient.
I like all those
to
things.
the point, and you got it.
I like all those things.
So I didn't realize you were sick.
Also, I would define myself by being an efficient and to the point person. So that works well.
That is very efficient. I love. We have so many really super real estate agents in our area in Carr, but I do love doing a deal with Rachel. It's always very simple and to the point. Nothing ever gets very complicated, and when we do, we come to an understanding very, very quickly. So YPN, I know you're super passionate about it. Young Professionals Network. So for some reason you don't let a guy that's almost 60 in. I don't understand it. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. So for those who don't know, and those are listening, and those are watching, tell us what YPN is, and We'll take it from there.
All right. So the YPN is the Young Professionals Network. It is actually a group of realtors that doesn't fall under necessarily the Charlottesville Area Association, but the national area, or the National Association of Realtors. So we're a little bit independent of CAR, but we work very much hand in hand with them. And the goal of YPN is to educate realtors and affiliate members, to donate to RPAC, to network amongst ourselves, and then the hot button for me that I love the most is the philanthropic aspect, to give back to our communities and find different ways throughout the year to be able to do that. And we have done just a phenomenal job in 2020, especially considering the fact that we were dealing with COVID. All the things that we were able to do here locally in Charlottesville is pretty impressive, and I'm really proud of it, and I think that the association should be proud of it. I do also want to say, Keith, the definition of young when it comes to Young Professionals Network is young in years, young in the real estate business, or young at heart. So you qualify, sir.
I was getting nervous. I was waiting for that one to come. So
we let Quentin in. So.
Yeah.
Quentin Peckham is in that thing?
Yeah, but I got him beat for a few years.
Yeah.
I love that Quentin Peckham is in that.
So, what charities did YPN help this year? How much? And then, more importantly, how folks who are not real estate agents or in the real estate professional world, how can they help contribute, or how can they help participate?
Absolutely. So this year we picked 5 charities that we really wanted to focus on with our sponsorship money throughout the year, and then donate with individual events as well. And those charities were AHIP, which is the Albemarle Housing Improvement Program, which is one of my huge passions. The Association of Realtors has supported them for years. They're a housing nonprofit here in Charlottesville that helps folks in need of home repairs that are homeowners stay in their homes, as opposed to like a Habitat. They don't do the same thing. They work with people that need handicap ramps or a new roof or a new HVAC or a chairlift. They go in and help improve the quality of lives for those people that own their homes but can't afford their maintenance. And we were able to give AHIP over $4,000
Nice.
this year, which is makes so happy. So that was a big one for us. The Fluvanna County SPCA. Obviously, we all love animals. Charlottesville Albemarle SPCA has lots of big money behind it, but one of our super passionate board members is actually also a member of Fluvanna SPCA, Caitlin Mancini, who has been on the show.
I was just going
believe.
to ask Jerry or Judah to tag Caitlin because we were going to give her a shout out. She's a rock star.
She's actually horseback riding right now, and then she's meeting me for coffee.
Nice.
I apologize. I apologize. I should just ask you first everything.
She's a connected lady. She knows a lot of people.
First everything. Okay. I apologize. I'm just going to shut up.
I'm bringing her a check for the Fluvanna County SPCA. Awesome. So, but we were able to raise over $3,500 for them this year,
wow.
which is really cool. So that was something that we were proud of. Let's see, Yellow Door Foundation. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Yellow Door Foundation. They work with families whose children are seeking treatment at UVA, and generally cancer patients, but it's a family unit that can't stay in traditional housing. So she has several apartment units, 1 and 2 bedroom units for families, and she completely furnishes them with a lot of they're extra clean and stuff like that because we're dealing with immunocompromised people. So we were able to work with Yellow Door, and the gal that runs it is just amazing. Her passion is.
Well, you have to connect us with that young lady because I'd like to bring her on the show.
So, yeah, I'd love to. She's and I should also say the Blue Ridge Home Builders Association is a huge advocate of theirs again. So we have partnered this year with Blue Ridge Home Builders, and Yellow Door is one of their passions. So we were able to kind of connect those groups and raise some more dollars for something that they're really passionate about. So that was a great partnership. But we raised almost $3,800 for her.
Wow.
And we get emails from her every time we send a check telling us what she was able to do.
So my math's up to about $4,000 so far.
Oh, it's way over that. It was $3,500 just for the SPCA.
Yeah, was it? I missed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at 11.
Yeah.
We're at 11, and we gave away another $6,000.
That's
So
amazing.
So, wow. And you're helping Arc of the Piedmont, Piedmont Casa, which I love. For those, you might want to explain what the Arc of the Piedmont is real quickly, and Piedmont Casa, most people might not know what that is.
Absolutely. So, Arc of the Piedmont works with individuals that have developmental disabilities. They have a really cool facility that we were able to tour pre-COVID down on Roseville Drive, but they also do in-home services. It's just a wonderful, wonderful program.
That's your boy. That's your boy, Brian Harris, right? I love Brian Harris.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yep. Brian. And then Reeves Bailey, who's a realtor, is on the board there as well. So that's another good connection for us. And he's been passionate about that forever. And then let's see, what have we not talked about? Piedmont Casa. So Piedmont Casa advocates for children generally in the welfare system that need they need an advocate. And the neat thing is it's a lot of volunteers here in Charlottesville, and as opposed to like a caseworker, they're actually able to follow the child from youth to teenage years in whatever capacity they need. So it's a really cool, primarily volunteer-driven program that we were able to support this year as well, which is fantastic.
And then the food bank.
And then, well, yeah, so the Association of Realtors, so at the end of the year, we had extra money in our budget, and it's if you don't use it, you lose it. So the Charlottesville Area Association of Realtors had a food bank drive at the end of the year, and we decided to allocate $1,000 of our money, which was matched by one of our members, so it became $2,000 for the food bank, which was great. And then holiday season. So full disclosure, I'm on the board for the Salvation Army here in Charlottesville. Every year, the YPN has done bell ringing days, as well as the Association of Realtors out there with the bells. So if the YPN does it, we've got music and crazy outfits and lights and all kinds of stuff. But we also, this year, were able to, the realtor community adopted 100 kids from the Angel Tree. And we were able to provide gifts for 100 kids. And then on the very last day, there was a need for the teenagers, not the kids that had their angels on the tree, but the teenage kids that want, hygiene products and gift certificates. And they were really short on donors for that this year. So we got to take another roughly $1,000 from our budget. And I got to go on a shopping spree for teenagers.
Nice.
And we were able to donate gift certificates and stuff for almost 20 kids. So that was 20 teenagers, which was awesome. I love.
What do you buy for teenagers these days? I'm an old man over here.
Really?
I got like deodorant and bubble bath and.
Okay, so you also were wondering what to buy teenagers, Rachel Burns.
Oh,
Did you just say bubble bath?
I did.
Okay, alrighty.
I most certainly did.
I got it. Well, we have a little bit of a soap story here.
Oh yeah, Rachel. I think I'm going to tell everybody this that's watching the program, and this is going to live in perpetuity on the internet.
We're going to make a sizzle reel out of it.
This is going to live in perpetuity forever on the internet. Rachel Burns, are you ready?
I feel like I get called out on this show way too often.
It's fun. It's fun. You enjoy it.
I'm currently showering with Rachel Burns' soap right now. And before anyone jumps to conclusions, please understand that Quentin Beckham, who better be watching this program, stole this soap from Rachel Burns' shower
and then
came in this past week to the show and presented this as if it was a gift, like he went shopping for us.
And then at the very last second, oh yeah, I stole it from Rachel.
And then he said, this is from Rachel's shower. Yeah. And I brought this home, and I said, this is Rachel Burns' shower, or soap. And my wife said, why do you have Rachel Burns' soap? And I said,
don't worry, it's okay. It's okay,
so
don't
it was this big conversation. It was fantastic. I loved it. I loved it.
I haven't had the courage to...
So, but I feel like you also have to disclose the names of the two.
Oh, yeah.
So, number one was gender
That's right.
bender. Number two was milking.
That's right. That's right.
I just want to let you know, he got the gender bender, I got the milking it.
Where
just
did you get these soaps?
Just saying.
So,
Okay, we got to change subjects before the SEC shuts us down. So look,
my aunt for the holidays, and I was like, I'm never going to open these. They're too funny. So I decided they would travel, much like the book that I was called out for, the Brenda's Beaver book.
That's right.
Brenda's Beats a Barber. Right. That's supposed to travel through the Charlottesville community to make everybody laugh.
I should have brought my seatbelt. I forgot to bring my seatbelt to strap in today. Look, on all kidding aside, this is you and I and many other realtors, and this is the reason I wanted to do this, right? We do much more than what people see, right? We do a ton of work. This is an opportunity to get a bit of a shout out to you guys. And I got to sneeze. I'm trying to hold it in, trying to be a professional here. And it's, excuse me, I apologize. But we have a volaholic.
Yeah, you guys volunteer. You're part of the community.
We have a volaholic problem.
Oh, yeah.
But, so, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Out of a week, out of a month, how many hours do you volunteer? Ballpark.
Oh, Lord, quite a few.
So much you don't keep a track, right?
I don't keep a track. Between the volunteer hours I spend with leadership in CAR, I'm a Rotarian with the Blue Ridge Mountains Rotary Club, super passionate about AHIP. Unfortunately, we've had no house party this year, but they joke when it's house party season, I'm the unpaid employee because that consumes me. I love doing it, and I'm passionate about it. Salvation Army, all kinds of stuff. Even stuff as far as and I know that the realtor community does things like this, buying groceries for people. Last Christmas, the realtor community raised tons of gift certificates to give to seniors that needed groceries for the holidays. I mean, these are the kinds of things that we all do. We all love to do. You know, it's nice to be able to give back to the community that gives to us. And I think that the realtor community as a whole is really darn good at it. And it's a variety of different passions. And people are out there doing all kinds of things.
And it sounds corny, but it's absolutely true. We love to give back.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just built in our DNAs to give back. I know you're being a little bit too kind. I know that you and I probably are neck and neck on number of volunteer hours that we put in. But what we do for a living allows us to do that, right? We're in a very unique industry where
you make your own schedule.
We set our own schedule.
Yeah.
You can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get some work done, and then fit in a couple of volunteer hours during the day. Some folks that go to a 9 to 5 don't have that ability to do that. So we're blessed to do.
Absolutely.
We're blessed to be able to do that, and any realtor who does this is just willingly puts in a ton of volunteer hours. So what's on the agenda? What's on the horizon for 2021 for basically 3 parts of this question? First one is YPN, what's going to be our charities for next year. The second one is what's in tune for Rachel on a volunteer work. And then maybe the third one is maybe you take a little bit of real estate and tell us what you think 2021 real estate's going to be like. You really thought I wasn't going to go there.
Yeah, what's the market? Everybody wants to know what the market. I want to know.
Little bit, just a little Rachel wisdom.
I'm cool with that.
No stats.
So first of all, we actually have not finalized the charities that we're going to work with for 2021. I do think we'll see a lot of repeat offenders. I do know that one of the names that's on the list is working with the senior center. We have the center rather. We have a lot of our members that are passionate about that. And actually, I will be going there for the first time to meet Miss Caitlin Mancini this afternoon. So I'm excited to see the facility. I haven't been there yet, but that's definitely a contender.
Send pictures if you can, will you?
I'd love to, absolutely. So I'm excited about that possibility. I think that we'll definitely be supporting Yellow Door again, just because their relationship with Blue Ridge Home Builders is so strong, and Blue Ridge Home Builders is once again going to be working with the YPN this year. And then, what was the next question?
So what is Rachel going to do next year as far as a volunteer work? You adding, you're taking away?
Yeah, so I've recently, I think I've been on the Salvation Army board for about a year now. I'm going to continue with that work. I really enjoyed it. I'm doing a lot of their social media types of stuff. And then I actually help coordinate the Red Kettle season for the holiday season. So I'll be doing that again this year. And then, so if anybody wants to volunteer with Salvation Army, let me know. We always need help.
And with any, God willing and hope, the end of this year, maybe we can start having some physical house parties and do what you do so well and organize stuff like that.
I cannot wait to get Quentin Beckham guest bartending with me to raise money for a charity
That's
this
a great
year.
idea.
It will be a fantastic event.
Well, we need to figure out a way, because we're on the second half of the show, we're going to talk about this 1970s telethon we're going to do to raise $150,000 for the land trust so we can build 5 new affordable housing units in Charlottesville, hopefully 300 so we can build 11.
Yeah, my goal is to hit 300,000.
His goal is to hit 300,000.
If we get 300,000, Rachel, we could get the land trust can buy 2 pieces of property in the city of Charlottesville, 10th and West, and Carlton and Monticello.
Very good. Yep.
And that translates to 11 units.
11 units.
That's like a legacy there.
So it'll be 11 of what we built across the street on Nassau Street.
That would be dope, because those are net zero, right?
Those will be.
It'd be
they will be
amazing.
net zero.
Yeah.
Tell
them what net zero means.
Yeah, well, net zero means.
I mean, we know what it means.
It means that they just don't have electric bill, right? They
That's
have
huge.
solars on top of it. Yeah. But my thinking is that we can maybe do a virtual bartending on the telethon.
Are you going to have cocktails with me on the telethon? Because
Sure.
I'm definitely going to have cocktails.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we might have to set up.
Nobody is surprised
We have to
by that, you
set
two.
a bar up sideways with a second camera and watch Rachel and Quentin make drinks.
We should
for us.
see if we get Rachel on the telethon somehow.
Yeah, sure.
Talking about Charlottesville.
Love to do it.
What and instead of the real estate question, Rachel, how about cool stuff you've been seeing in Charlottesville that we should highlight?
There you go. Good question.
Yeah, I mean, I think that inventory is going to continue to be a problem. I really, I'm hoping that maybe shifts a little bit as we see the pandemic get better. I really just foresee that prices are still going up and demand is crazy. I'm also dreading when the pandemic does lift. I'm scared to see people who maybe have gotten in trouble with their mortgage and their rent that can't be evicted right now. So I'm hoping that does not hit us too hard. I do think that Charlottesville has some stability where some other areas might not, though. So we're blessed for that. It's been a weird year. 2020 was a weird year. 2021 is going to be a weird one too. I just don't think there's any avoiding it. So I'm hopeful, but real estate's going to be a little bit unpredictable this year, I think.
So do you, let's wave the magic wand, and whatever time, let's say the middle of this year or the end of this year, everything is back to whatever normal is. Do you see, this whole thing that we've created as an industry and all the way business is doing virtually, right? Do you see that like going away, or do you see some sort of hybrid?
It's going to be a hybrid.
I think it's going to be a hybrid. I think at this point, people, don't get me wrong, people are going crazy, but I think that the flexibility, it's the flexibility, Keith, that you and I enjoy every day. We can work from MarieBette. We can work from our house. We can work from our office. I think that people that have never had that taste have now gotten it, and I don't think it's going to go away. I think the flexibility is a good thing. And I think it's a good thing for like folks with kids and stuff like that. I think that it's a good model. Sure. To be able to do, if you've got a kid that's sick, you can work from home now. I think that's a good thing.
I think our industry forever changed. I think we are whatever this hybrid is. This is it going forward. And I think it's a horrible reason, but actually I think it's a good thing. We're very much so built for this, to do this industry.
I think that it pushed us to something that it probably would have taken 10 more years to get to.
A lot of industries.
So, yeah. Well, if you track and I know you do, if you track NAR statistics, what we're talking about right now has been going on for a few years. It just skyrocketed it.
It just sped up immensely. Hugely. So
what else is going on in your life? Any great news to share?
It's here to stay. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, all right. So let me see. What can I?
I will say, it was a pleasure. So Quentin called me on Friday and said, "Have you already reserved the piano bar for tonight?" I said, "Well, of course I have."
I wanted to be there.
He said, "Can I borrow it from 4:30 until about 6?" I said, "We'll be there right around 6. That's fine." So we ended up, Keith and Quentin were finishing their dinner as I arrived, and we got to have some cocktails together.
What'd you guys eat?
It was.
Oh,
you had the prime rib?
I did.
Yeah, prime rib's banging. They went to the barn, guys.
Yeah.
Anybody who's watching, they went to the Aberdeen barn.
They went to the Aberdeen. Yeah. And I, to be honest with you, I couldn't remember the last time I actually ate there, and it was awesome.
It's banging. Do you always get the prime rib, Rachel?
Oh, so I mix it up, but you have to remember, prime rib is the food that I have eaten more than any other meal in my entire life, because I literally grew up there. A week without prime rib was like a weird week for me as a child. So I mixed it up. I like their lamb chops. I like their crab cakes. I like their strip. I like their Delmonico. Their French onion soup is one of my favorites.
So did you reserve the piano bar for this Friday by any chance?
You have it every Friday, don't you, Rachel?
I have it like whenever I need it, which is pretty.
That's pretty pimp. It's pimp.
Because you tempt me with the lamb chops.
The lamb chops.
You got your.
I literally wrote that down.
Yeah, the lamb chops are so good. I've had the lamb chops there. Yeah. Everything at the barn is good. Everything.
Their
the
martini,
ambiance,
the martini was banging.
Good. Yeah, it's banging. Johnny Garver, Bo Stockton, Laura Fonder, all giving you props right now, Rachel. You feel? How about close on this, Rachel Burns? How about a message? How about a message for Charlottesville about 2021? A message of hope for everybody, Rachel. Message of hope.
The end of this crap is really near. Be kind to one another. Be helpful to one another. We're so close. We're so close. And eat out, please. Support our restaurants.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any more of them to
Yeah, it's
disappear.
crazy.
It breaks my heart. Charlottesville food scene is like my favorite thing in the entire world, and I don't want to see it shrink any more than it already has. So order curbside, sit on patios, whatever you can do. Support them all.
Well
Amen.
said. Well
Amen.
said. Support our restaurants. They desperately need it. I know we're doing the very best we can to go ahead and do it. Even the ones that you can't eat in person, you do takeout. I did that yesterday on the way home from the office. Swang by, picked up some takeout. We'll leave the name of the restaurant out and went home and ate.
Cool.
Before you 86 me, are we having a drink?
Yes, I've been itching. Are you pouring over
Oh
there?
well, I don't. I've been.
Yes, come on. You can't say no to Rachel Burns.
I've been.
Can't say no to Rachel Burns.
Oh, look at that dress! Outstanding.
Rachel Burns, what are you drinking over there, Rachel Burns?
Stand up. Let me see that outfit you get on.
All right.
Let me see that outfit. Very nice skirt. Well done. Well done.
You give me
Smith.
your time to dress like I did pre-pandemic, and I thank you for that.
I mean,
Come on, you can't say no.
okay. Well, so
So all of you that know me know that I am a Irish whiskey. Jameson is normally my drink
Love
of choice. My top favorite is actually Redbreast, and this Redbreast Irish whiskey. This is a special edition Redbreast, and I've had this bottle for over a year, and it's only halfway gone. So Keith.
oh, thank you.
Wow.
I don't. So you're.
That's big time. You
So-
see what she's doing? She's going to the top shelf for your granddaughter. That's what she just said.
But we're not. We're toasting the pending birth because we do not want to jinx anything. Because
His granddaughter is scheduled to be C-section birthed in 25 minutes.
So the Irish in me is coming out. You don't want any bad juju or anything. So cheers.
cheers.
Here's the Vienna coming. Our first name is Vienna.
Vienna to Vienna.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining
Cheers.
us.
Rachel, you were awesome.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good to see you.
That's good. Angel Zedby.
I got
yes. Oh, she's got something for me.
Happy bar one night. We'll get
Hey,
there.
where are we going to go?
I'll let you sit at my piano.
All right. Seriously,
in.
I would love to do
I'm
that.
in.
Aberdeen Barn, please.
I'll buy.
I'm in. Seriously. Okay.
Well, I got to tell you, this is great.
Sounds good. Sounds good. You have a good one. All
Thanks, Rachel.
right.
too.
Bye,
Bye,
Rachel
guys.
Burns. Angel Zedby's good. Quentin, Angel Zedby's good.
Yeah.
Is it not good? He says it's too sweet. I think it's delicious.
I guess I'm a sweet guy. I think this is delicious.
This is
You need to work on cleaning your glasses there, Marine.
well,
but-
that's your glass.
Is it-
You
this-
have your own glass here.
Do I really?
The only person that drinks out of that glass is you.
Thank you very much.
Quentin has his own glass here.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Prost. Nostrovia. Cheers. To
Nothing.
her Vivian.
Vienna.
Vienna.
So
to
the
Vienna, his granddaughter.
they named the baby after Jonas' birthplace, Vienna, Austria.
That's awesome.
Vienna, Austria. Yeah.
That's awesome. J-Dubs, why don't you?
That is really good.
Why don't you mask up? Isn't it good? The Angels
Man,
Envy?
I'm not a bourbon fan. But that's
I think it's excellent. It's so smooth. Am I right?
I'm sold.
Guys, give the show a like and a share anywhere you're watching. We're going to get the Instagram live going now. For those that are watching, enjoy the content on this platform. You'll see myself and Keith Smith on Instagram in about 30 seconds. Huge fan, as you know, of Rachel, Keith Smith, and her volunteer efforts are incredible.
You know, I think I'm keeping up with her, but maybe I'm not.
I mean, you volunteer a hell of a lot, too.
I do.
I mean, you have what a lot of folks say is a volaholic problem. Your wife says that.
My Mrs. Smith, as we sip a little bit of bourbon at
She's watching right now.
At 10,
My wife's watching. My wife knows who she married.
10:52.
My wife knows who she married.
So
All right, so we got to talk land trust, my friend. A lot we're
We
going to
do.
cover on the program.
We do. And I'm going to let you open it up and start talking a little bit about, because you just do
Hey,
such
what's
a,
up, Kelly Jackson or Jamie Schwartz? Hello, Women Changing Our World.
There you go.
What were you saying, Keith Smith?
Hold on a second. I got the director requires my attention. You start off what we're doing with the.
Yeah, so we're doing a telethon. For those that are watching the program, we're doing a telethon on Friday, February 12th. That telethon is going to air from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the I Love CVille
Thanks,
Network. We're going to weave
this.
into the telethon musicians, influencers, celebrities, agents of positive change, people just making a positive impact in this community. The 12-hour telethon is going to go from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the 12th of February, a Friday. The goal is to raise money to buy 2 pieces of property. The first piece of property is on 10th Street West. It's roughly $150,000 to purchase. That piece of property, if we could do it through the Thomas Jefferson Community Land Trust, will yield or translate to 5 affordable housing units. If we can raise $300,000 in this telethon, we are going to be able to, through the Land Trust, purchase 2 pieces of property in the city of Charlottesville, one on 10th Street and the other one on Carlton and Monticello. And that will translate to 11 units of affordable housing.
That's exactly
so
right.
this is the first time in Charlottesville history. Here's the nitty-gritty. For the first time in the history of Charlottesville, we are going to attempt to solve the affordable housing crisis by crowdsourcing the purchase of real estate in landlocked city of Charlottesville. Crowdsourcing the purchase of real estate for the purpose of affordable housing.
That's never been done.
It's never been done in the history of the community.
So yesterday when I called in on the show, Mr. Miller sent me a text. Show some emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
I like when you show them.
It's
one of your
just
skills.
Yeah, well, it's just.
What's on screen?
Yeah. So thank you.
Keep them on screen, J-Dubs.
Yeah.
This is for the Facebook folks. Instagram, if you're not on Facebook, watching the show on Facebook, we literally are showing what the units will look like, roughly, right?
No, they're going to be.
They'll look like that.
They'll exactly be like that. So
I'm out of your way now.
So those who are familiar with Charlottesville have been familiar with what we're doing over on Nassau Street. We built 4 units that are basically net zero. These are 1,500 square foot.
But a lot of people don't know what net zero means.
So net zero is when the pictures are sliding through, you'll see there's some solar panels on top of these roofs. So the particular design has a flat roof on it so we can maximize the solar panels on the roof and between the construction techniques that we use. And it's really important when we built these and this is, I don't want this to come out wrong, but what we built these to have high quality finishes, high quality features. So when you're looking at the pictures, we have hardy plank siding, not vinyl, right? We have granite tops. There's a floor on there called a luxury vinyl tile floor throughout the whole house that what we did is we put them in every single room. They're 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, right? They have washers and dryers built in them.
It's super legit. Beyond legit.
They're beyond legit. We sold them, those particular units, for $215,000. We're hopefully going to sell these other ones closer to $200,000. It depends on grants and construction costs at the time we go vertical. But I'll tell you, the ones on Nassau Street, they're about $350,000 homes that we sold for $215,000. And it just was an absolute win-win. We're making some magic happen, and we need a little bit of help. And as you're taking a look at the pictures, folks, on Facebook, but you could take a look at it. You're looking at all these beautiful granite tops, high-quality appliances, good wide 3 to 6 inch trim, modern colors.
What you want if you were buying a home.
That's exactly right.
This is what you want in 2021 if you were buying a home.
That's exactly right. So the goal was to produce energy efficient homes, make them affordable homes, making them permanently affordable. That's how we do this with the Land Trust, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. And frankly, be high quality. So if you bought it for $350 and I bought it for $215, they were the same quality units.
That's
right?
Awesome.
And I sometimes use the term, we don't want them to look like, trailers, right? And I don't mean that disparaging to anybody who lives in a trailer, but we wanted this to be high quality in it, and we're just super excited about it. And this is a huge win for us to convince, and all my team members, all the board members, everybody on board with this. We are ready to rock and roll and go vertical.
You just need some capital.
We need 2 things. We need capital.
Yeah.
We raised $40,000 to go through the site plan process and the city policy. So we have the capital in place to do that. That's on the way for that. So we can't really start them right away. We got to get the zoning and site plan and what's called an SUP from the city for the density and everything we're trying to do. So that's probably going to take another 3 to 6 more months. But, knock wood, or fake IKEA, we should be able to deliver these the end of this year, the beginning of next year.
So hold on a second. On Friday, February 12th, when we do a 12-hour telethon, the Charlottesville Time Machine Telethon on the I Love CVille Network, and Beth Hyder's talking, Hillsdale Conference Center is happy to be a sponsor for the telethon.
Thank
Two
you.
acts will be performing live at the Hillsdale Conference Center.
Thank you.
Olivia Branch says, this project brings tears of joy to me. Bless you and your vision, turning action into execution. Hashtag this community from Olivia Branch.
Thank
So
you.
here's what I'd like to, this is the serious question. On Friday, February 12th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., where we are going to be on air for 12 straight hours until we raise at bare minimum $150,000. Our goal is $300,000. And the goal is to crowdsource 11 units of affordable housing for people in need in this community by either getting 3,000 people to donate $50 each. If 3,000 people donate $50 each, we buy the property off 10th Street.
Or
If 6,000 people donate $50 each, 6,000 people in a 300,000 person Central Virginia community. If 6,000 people donate $50 each, we can buy both pieces of property through the land trust. So you're saying if 300,000 is raised on the 12th of February at 10 p.m., that construction will start on both pieces of property in 2021?
yes,
Okay.
but no yes.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean?
That's the developer,
Okay,
former
I know.
developer
Okay,
coming
what
out
does
of me.
that mean?
Well, we have to
And
go.
why are you blushing?
Why am I blushing? Because you. It's the bourbon.
Okay.
Look, we got to go through the city process.
Okay, so
right?
you're saying this is green lighted. We just need the city to get on board too.
We need the city to get on.
And they will.
And they will.
Let me talk to some people.
Okay. Okay, Robin. We've been having lots of conversations with city officials, right? And we're part of this 40,000 that we have is we're submitting our applications because we're moving forward with that. But we need the 300 or we need the 150 because we got to own it in order to build on it. So.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I
excited.
love it. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Well, we came up with this idea live, actually.
On the show.
On the show. And, the city, frankly, due to COVID, is in the circumstances they
They got no money.
Well,
That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah, they don't have the capital to help us. So we said, okay, no problem.
We'll do it ourselves.
We'll-
This is essentially you know what this is? This is a crowdsourced private-public partnership.
That's exactly what it is.
A crowdsourced private-public partnership that has never been done in the history of Charlottesville, Virginia.
But it's really a real private-public process. So normally private-public partnerships or, I Love Charlottesville and the city get together to do something. This is much more than that. We are literally having the public, having the citizens of our region reach into their pocket for $50 or $100 if they can afford it or whatever they can afford.
You're going to put your own coin up, right? I'm putting my own coin up. I'm going to do a live donation that's going to be over 50 Bs easily.
Well,
We're going to have Venmo, we're going to have Totem, and a phone bank.
yeah.
And Smith's going to be dressed in a powder blue tuxedo with poofy ruffles.
You say that like that's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad
I literally
thing.
wore
Is that the uniform?
I literally wore that to my high school prom back in whatever year.
What was her
Like-
name? Who was your date?
Oh, God, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yona Smith, Mrs. Smith. It's always been
You
Mrs.
met
Smith.
Yona after high school. Well, you were in the Marines.
I don't really
You were
remember.
a student. Was it Brooklyn?
No, actually, at that point, I was out in Long Island.
P.S. what?
No, at that point, I was out in Long
Okay,
Island.
okay. What high school in Long Island?
MacArthur High School in Levittown, Long Island.
There you go.
I don't remember the date.
You don't remember her name?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
Is this senior year in high school?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's a long, brother, that's like 40 years ago.
I mean, come on.
That's been 40 years ago.
I think I can remember all my prom dates' first names.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot. I kind of checked that part of my life out, to be honest with you. It wasn't, back in the 70s, it really wasn't that exciting. Well, whatever. We'll leave that alone. It was a different world back in the 70s, back in those days. I mean, when we graduated that high school, I had 1,200 kids
Really?
in my class. Yeah.
1,200 in the senior year in the senior class.
Yeah, sure.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and it was in the 70s when they oh God, somebody will help me with this. The school budgets they had no money, and the number of kids in class, I'm going to get myself into trouble here right now. The kids in class jumped from like 20 to 30 kids to 60 plus kids.
In one classroom?
Oh yeah. I never went to high school. I hope my mother's not watching.
I think she probably is. You never went to high school?
Never.
Never went to class?
Never went to class.
Because they could never keep track?
Yeah, the last 2 years I never went to school.
What were you doing?
Stuff. I was actually working, believe it or not.
We'll leave it at that. Meg Elizabeth Welch says, I absolutely love Rachel Burns. How do you feel about the telethon?
Me, I'm excited about it. You know, I think it's worth $150,000 for people not to hear me talk for 12 hours. So, you know, I'm excited about it. I love these little ideas that pop into your head and my head live, and we just run with it. And it's kind of what we do. We do it well. And you know, Judah's the guy that I really, frankly, worry about. You and I could sit here and do this for 12 hours, but poor Judah's got to direct for 12 hours. So thank you, Judah, for agreeing to do that.
Well, Judah initially thought it was going to be for 24 hours. So when we pivoted it to 12, he was like, all right, let's go.
Maybe, you know, if we don't hit the numbers, we're just going to keep on talking until we do. Somebody's going to pay money to shut us up.
If you guys want to get involved with the telethon, we're going to have a Venmo link, a Totem link, a phone number where you can make donations through a phone call live during the telethon. You could donate before or after the telethon. I would imagine a lot of businesses in the community are going to want to be a part of this as well. Yona says, or someone who's managing the Yes Team Realtors account says, I don't think he went to prom, Keith. Someone just put that on Instagram from the Yes Team Realtors account.
I did.
You did?
I believe there's even pictures.
Do you have access to those photos?
Probably not.
Are you lying?
Of course I am. Of course I am. Dummy. I'm not going to give you pictures of that.
Rachel Bird says Ray Cadell is great at raising money and passionate about affordable housing. Just saying, bring him on for the telethon. Rachel Burns, that's a phenomenal idea.
Absolutely.
Ray Cadell, perhaps, this is an idea. Are you ready for this, Ray Cadell? Perhaps we can get you via Skype on the Charlottesville Time Machine Telethon on Friday, February 12th. You will be playing your horn. You're one of the best horn players in the world.
Oh, man, I'd pay money
while
for
you're
that.
playing your horn and driving engagement for the telethon, I would love to see you smoking meats and drinking brown liquor of some capacity on the telethon.
Yes.
He loves to smoke meats.
We were having a live Facebook
on
discussion.
pastrami sandwiches.
Pastrami sandwiches.
Yeah.
Very serious subject.
Yeah, very serious subject.
subject.
And you said the best pastrami was at Pearlie's in Richmond. Did you bring him pastrami?
No, I haven't made it out there yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Did
do it.
Cadell get a pastrami sandwich?
Yeah, I think he ended up getting it at
Take it
Ace.
away at Dairy Market and Ace Biscuit and Barbecue. Take it away, walked it out to him curbside.
Yeah, but I think he also just recently did it at Ace. But
So I'd pay $50 to see Ray Cadell playing the horn, smoking beets, and drinking. What's he drink? Glenfiddich?
I don't really know, but I'm sure he'll have one or two in the process. Yeah. So look, Susan Steinmart is helping us. She's our executive director for the Land Trust, and I will connect. He's smiling. It's never good.
Harry Tyson, your son-in-law.
Whoa.
I feel like there's something I'm supposed to do today. Harry Tyson. Harry, are you in the hospital right now? Are you in the hospital room right now? Please let us know.
Is he really doing that?
Is Vienna is 8 minutes away from scheduled C-section, right, Harry?
Yeah. So I've been told somewhere between 11:15 and 11:30.
Glenn Levitt. Thank you, Rachel. Glenn Levitt. Ray Cadell. Rachel, this would get a lot of people generating money.
Tag Susan Steinmart.
Okay. I'll do a little Facebook message intro after. This would generate a lot of money. Are you ready for this?
I'm shutting up.
Okay. Ray Cadell
Yeah.
playing his horn
Yep.
next to a grill where he's smoking meats
Okay.
with a big cube in a glass with Glenn Levitt next to the smoked meats and Ray Cadell wearing a bathrobe
A bathrobe.
with a cigar. That would get interest.
No, I think a bathrobe's a bit much.
No.
No. We should get him a smoking jacket.
Okay, fine, a smoking jacket. Dude, that would donate.
And I guarantee he's got one.
I'm sure he has a smoking jacket.
Yeah.
You know he has a smoking jacket.
I
So
guarantee
smoking
you.
jacket, cigar, horn, smoking meats, and some Glenlivet.
That's at least 11 hours right there.
That's 15,000 of the 150K.
Minimum 15K. Yeah, so I'm getting a little nervous. You know, it's my son-in-law.
Your son-in-law is in the room right now.
Watching
He says,
this.
"I am in the room right now watching the show." Your Harry, your father-in-law is drinking Angel's Envy bourbon right now.
I am. Well, not drinking. I'm sipping.
Okay.
I'm sipping it. Yeah. So I to go back to the telethon, and I'm now. I guess my nerves are kind of sneaking up a little bit on me on my little girl. You know, I don't know if Judah can put up the picture.
Ray Cadell's watching. Ray, are you in? Will you play your horn on Friday, February 12th, somewhere between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. while at your estate in Albemarle County? And while at your estate in Albemarle County, you're smoking meats, playing your horn, smoking a cigar, drinking Glenlivet, and joining us on the telethon while in a smoking jacket, a smoking robe, or a bathrobe.
Yeah.
I think he will do it.
I think it's pretty hard for him to say no at this particular
he will do it.
at this particular point. But look, this is the opportunity. Everybody, to change gears to get a little serious here. Everybody wants to help. Everybody wants to give.
Yeah, this is
right?
tangible.
This is tangible. This is real. This is something we can achieve. You know, if you can afford $50 or $100, $5, whatever it is that you can afford.
6,000 people give $50. If 6,000 people give $50, we've crowdsourced 11 units of affordable housing, and
Yeah.
we literally put the money where our mouth is
Yeah.
when it comes to this topic. Because for the last 3-4 years, this has been front and center of the news cycle and the tip of everybody's tongue.
Yeah.
It's time to
It's been longer than that.
put up or shut up.
Yeah.
Here it is.
We'll do all the hard work, right?
Yeah.
We'll do the hard work here for 12 hours. The land trust has done all the hard work. It's Harry.
No, it's Ray Cadell. He goes, I do that most Fridays anyway. I'm in.
Except
He goes, I do this every Friday.
I'm debating if he has a towel on or anything at all on at home when he's
You think
cooking.
he's buck naked under the bathrobe? I don't care if he's buck naked under the bathrobe.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. So on Friday, February 12th, we could say Ray Cadell is going to be buck naked under a bathrobe.
No, I'm not going to
smoking meats outside in his Albemarle County
Ray, I'm
estate,
sorry, this is going downhill, brother.
drinking Glenlivet and playing his horn on this telethon.
Yeah.
I think that's phenomenal.
I think everything but the buck naked was we had it nailed down. But look, also, again, seriously, guys, this is your chance, please. $100, $50, $5.
Just say $50.
Well, if people can't afford that and they want to contribute, we will take whatever you can donate.
Yeah.
Whatever you can donate. We do the hard work. Judah will do the hard work. The land trust will do the hard. We've done the hard work.
How awesome would it be? Okay, how awesome would it be if you're driving down 10th Street
Yeah, there you go.
or you're driving down, see, this is what I'm good at. You're driving down Monticello by Monticello and
I
Carlton.
thought it was drinking bourbon at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm good at that too.
I
That's
can
some
see
practice
that.
with Rachel.
I can see that.
Driving down Carlton and Monticello, and you're in your car. Your beautiful wife is next to you. Your handsome husband is next to you. You have kids in the back seat, and you make a turn at a stop sign. You're going to Peloton Station. You're down Monticello, Carlton Avenue, and you stop, and you tell your kids in the back seat, and you point. See those 6 houses on Monticello and Carlton, and see those 5 houses on 10th and West, next to Peloton Station? Mommy and Daddy contributed $50.
Made that happen. Help made that happen.
And we made it happen.
Yeah, sure.
Mommy and Daddy helped build that home.
I tell you, one of the great, and we talked about this with Rachel, and again, to get a little bit more on the serious side of things here, when we did Nassau Street, and we created, we meaning the land trust, and it was a huge team, but we created this system, this model that really has never been done before, right? That to actually produce this and keep them forever affordable. The land trust has been around for a long time and different variations of it. But what we did on Nassau Street, that specific variation of it and what we're about ready to reproduce in these 2 locations up to 11 units has never really been done before. But so I have 2,700 hours of time just in that Nassau Street, right?
2,700?
Oh, yeah, sure.
How many weeks is that?
I have no idea. It was a long time.
70 weeks.
Yeah, so we have an app for land trust that we keep track of our hours because it helps with the volunteer hours, and it's a tax thing. But in any event, so Greg Slater, and hats off to him, he worked the...
Ooh, is Greg Slater going to come on the telethon?
Sure.
Okay, I like Greg
I'm
Slater.
going to ask him. I'm sure he'll say yes.
I like Greg Slater.
I focused on the vertical construction, the horizontal construction. I did kind of my geeky thing. But he focused on helping the families acquire the homes and close. So I never really met the families that bought these 4 units until the very end of the project. And it literally brought tears to my eyes because we achieved everything that we wanted to achieve. It was diversification personified, right? All different ethnicities, all different sexes, all different family sizes. It literally is what we were trying to achieve. And it's permanently affordable. These folks, when they decide to sell, they have to sell to somebody else that makes 80% AMI or less. So I gave you a little cheat sheet in your handout there.
Okay.
Because I bet you're going to ask me what that number is.
AMI?
No, what the income amount is.
What the threshold is. What is the threshold?
There you go. So these are last year's numbers. They haven't set 2021 yet. So this may go up and may also go down. A one-person household is approximately 50,000, 2 approximately 57,000, 3 64,000, 4 71,000. So if a family of 4 is making $71,000 or less, plus or minus, because it hasn't been set yet, then they would qualify to buy one of these 11 homes we're about ready to build.
There's nothing I would rather see. There's nothing that I would rather see. On top of mommy and daddy driving the car, and I'm certainly going to do this with my beautiful better half, and Trey's going to be in the back seat, and we're going to head to Peloton Station for a sandwich, and we're going to say, look at that, we contributed to this, and now it's a reality. I want to see that from everyone in Charlottesville and Central Virginia. I would also love to see in history classes 10, 15 years from now, in Charlottesville history, along with August 12, 2017, one of the worst days in the history of Charlottesville history, we will say August 12, 2017 was a horrible day for Charlottesville, but it translated...
It was for our nation, brother.
Especially Charlottesville.
Yeah.
But it translated and it manifested these things. And some of the things it translated and manifested were A, the conversation about social justice, B, the conversation about closing the wealth gap, C, the conversation of we need to figure out the history we have in Charlottesville from a racism standpoint. That's the first step, the talk. The second step is the actual action. And the actual action would be stop talking about affordable housing. Every candidate who won on council, one element of their platform was affordable housing. And I'm going to be very frank here. Because of COVID, council has very limited things they can do for affordable housing now because of COVID. And now it's up to us to actually make it a reality. So the next thing I would love to see in a history class with kids that are raised in this community, that they learn from the Mr. Joyces of the world, the Mr. Gillespies of the world, the Mrs. Myers of the world, the Mrs. Ecksteins of the world, the Mrs. Tracy's of the world. Look at what August 12, 2017 turned into. And one of them is the crowdsourced nature of 2 pieces of property in the city. That would be freaking amazing. You know that would be amazing.
Is my brother-in-law James watching?
James Watson, are you watching? James Watson, give us some props over here if you're watching.
So I said this story before. On the following day,
you walked down the mall holding hands.
I held his hand walking down the mall.
And why is that significant?
Because my brother-in-law is African American, and I am not. And we held hands and walked down the mall. Just a little visual of F you This is what it's really about.
Instead of maybe FU, a visual
Well,
of unification.
I'm the Brooklyn came out
A
of me.
healing
So.
visual of unification.
And plus a couple sips of the bourbon is getting a little bit of bourbon muscles there. Right. But hey, I want to go back to these numbers. I don't want people to freak out about the number. Those are the maximums that you can make. On average, the folks over at Nassau Street was at 60% AMI, and I don't have the exact income number on that, but these are, by our bylaws and how we're set up, we cannot go over that. You can't go over that dollar amount.
Cool. Very cool.
So, did we put up my little girl's picture?
Has she been born?
No,
Have you got the text?
I'm waiting for the text to come in.
Harry, is she born?
Well, I would hope Harry is doing something other than.
I mean, his Facebook profile shows the green circle, which means active. And he left the comment 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, well.
So I'm assuming he's watching the show. Harry, is she born?
So.
Is that her?
No, that is my daughter.
Okay.
At 1 month. And I'm going to do.
Okay, he says not yet. He just said not yet. She's not born yet.
I'm going to do a little old man stuff.
Okay, so that's your daughter, right?
35 years ago.
That was 35 years ago, your daughter. How old is she there? Like 18 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. She's a month or two old.
Okay.
At that point. And I'm just having a little bit of a senior moment here. I just want to know where the hell 35 years went. And we're about ready to have our second grand.
She's going to be a princess. She's going to be so spoiled.
Well, I'd like to think I spoiled all my girls in my life, ladies in my life, but they may tell a different story of that.
I think they would absolutely agree.
Yeah.
34 years ago in 1 month, Yona says.
34 years
It
ago
was
in 1 month.
34 years ago in 1 month.
So she was a month at that point. And then, can you show the second picture of the two girls together?
Morning, Dad, love you. That's your daughter watching on the West Coast?
Oh, that's Yvonne. Cool. Yeah. And then...
Well, that's like, it's 8:19 over there. Are you working right now?
She hopes she is. She's teaching little people.
Well, okay, so let me understand something. Your youngest daughter on the West Coast...
That's both of them.
Your youngest daughter on the West Coast is teaching right now.
She is.
Your oldest daughter is in the hospital delivering a baby via C-section right now.
About ready to do that.
Yona is working really hard running the real estate business and taking care of little Harry.
I know where you... And?
Big Harry is offering super support for your oldest daughter who's delivering via C-section right now.
I'm trying to see where you're going.
What are you doing right now? What's in your
What's
hand?
your point you're trying to make? Quentin, help me, will you?
I love that you picked up the glass right there for the extra effect right there. Smith has got a bourbon. Your daughter says she's teaching kindergarten. You're drinking some bourbon.
She might still. I don't know.
No, she doesn't. It's a C-section though, so once we go in, it's going to be pretty quick. That's from Harry.
Yeah. Oh, they're not in the OR yet.
Not in the OR yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Ray says the smoking jacket will be included. The naked thing could not possibly help.
Oh, come on. I'm stuttering.
Are you just going to leave that comment alone? That's what he's doing. You're just going to leave that comment alone.
I'm done with that.
Leave that comment alone.
So what are we doing? Are we going to hang on air until I get the text?
I don't know if they're going. Harry, is it going to happen soon?
Well, I think they're waiting to get rolled into.
They obviously are waiting to go. That's what's going on.
I mean, look at this, right? Just think about this. You're 100% right. I'm having a conversation with my daughter out in the West Coast.
Via Instagram.
And
your son-in-law with your daughter in the hospital about to do a C-section via Facebook. And your wife is texting you, get to work.
Oh, she must be texting you because I didn't see that text come through. My wife is, my God.
This is 2021, baby.
Holy schmoly.
Mark McKinney. Ooh, Mark, welcome back. Mark is the guy from,
dude.
Should Crozet be a town or a...
That's the man.
That's the man. He's offering another comment. You ready for this one?
I am, but I want to meet him.
Yeah, so you should set that up. Mark and Keith.
Will do.
Keith wants to meet you. The developer is clearing more land in Crozet in between West Hall and Glenbrook to build more homes. I drove through the new apartment complex, The View, off of Jarman's Gap. Only 4 vehicles in this apartment complex. Everything else is completely empty. It's good intel right there.
Thanks, buddy. Let's get together for coffee out there. Love to pick
Mark,
your brain.
is that the apartment complex rental units?
Yeah, I don't.
We should get a Slater in the mix on this.
Yeah.
Greg Slater in the mix. Give us some more insight there, Mark.
Susan Steinmart's texting me. Baby yet?
Did you tell Susan what you're doing? He says they're not going in until 11:30.
Okay. Well,
11:30.
That's in.
That's in 8 minutes.
That's in 8 minutes.
I don't think it happens immediately.
I don't know. What do I know? No, I'm just excited. I can't wait for the length and the pound. We know the name already. We know the sex already. So
did you tell Susan, if Susan's watching, Ray Cadell's in Lake Flynn? He's going to drive donations.
I suspect Susan's not watching because I'm getting texts from her.
He says, yes, they are 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, Mark McKinney says, and I would love to meet up for coffee, Keith Smith.
Yeah, let's do it, brother.
The apartments in Crozet are certainly missing because you see a lot of family and a lot of 500,000 and up.
Yeah.
You're missing a lot of rentals. My concern, Mark, is do you have enough of the jobs in Crozet that would cater to the demographic that is renting apartments?
They'll just drive, that's all.
So you're saying they'll live in Crozet and then work in Charlottesville?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's maybe what the developer's going for, is just commute to Charlottesville. Because a lot of the apartment jobs do not exist in Crozet. You know what I'm saying?
No, but then you got this whole other conversation about, did Mark say what the rents were going for?
What are the rents, Mark? What are the rents at the View for the 1 and 2 bedrooms each month?
I'll bet if they're market rate, I bet you it's 14, 15, 16.
Well, I will tell you, the villas at Southern Ridge.
Yeah.
I just rented it.
Good.
3 bedroom. I own a rental property at the villas at Southern Ridge, kind of close to Wegmans. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and a den. I got $1,550.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that $1,550, my mortgage is $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
HOA is $160.
Yeah.
Taxes, you figure $150 a month. So I'm clearing a couple bills easy, and the mortgage is basically clear.
And congratulations, good for you. That's good stuff for you.
It was pretty easy.
But the reality of it is that $1,500 can translate into a really awesome purchase.
Oh, yeah.
At 2 point. I just did a deal yesterday, 2.25. Now, at the end of the day, this is going to be climbing up.
Susan says that Crozet is missing this type of temporary housing. It's also important to have apartments for those who want to be in the school system. I'm multitasking. I'm watching and doing work. Ray Cadell.
Is that Susan Steinmart?
That's Susan Steinmart. Ray Cadell, you're in. Susan Steinmart. Huge fan of Susan Steinmart of this program. Susan, you should be having a bourbon with us right now. Don't forget about the massive apartment complex in Old Trail, Mark McKinney says.
Yeah, correct.
The View is $1,300 for a 1 bedroom. Damn!
Yeah.
$1,600 for a 2 bedroom. Damn.
Yeah.
$1,300 for a 1 bedroom apartment.
Yeah, that's just insane.
That is insane.
And
I'm not trying to knock the developer. Props to him for getting that money. Props.
Yeah. Well, what'll happen is they'll fill them up because there's nothing to buy.
That is insane.
Yeah. Well, we're talking land trust stuff, and we are in negotiations and helping Stanley Martin to build or be part of the build process for affordable housing units. We're doing a project on Avon and 5th Street Extended. That Avon and Route 20. I forget what Route 20 is called at that point, where we're going to be able to produce or deliver to market 1,700 square foot homes, I think it's 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1.5 car garage, that kind of thing in the 240s. But we're helping Stanley Martin with this potential rezoning they're going to be doing.
So 240s.
243, I think.
Price point, ownership entry.
Ownership entry.
Ownership entry. Okay, so I remember.
And I'm selling ones the same size just to put in perspective with a 4 in front of it.
I bought my this condo I'm talking about. That's a rental. Mm-hmm. Almost 15 years ago. That's when the market was at a bad time to buy.
Yep.
Horrible time to buy.
Yep.
Got a 6 1/8 interest rate. I did put 20% down. So that got a buck, 182. I put 20% down, so that's what, 36 and change.
Yeah.
That means my debt's a little under $150 at 6% interest. My monthly nut on that was like a G, 1,004. So that means Stanley Martin, the one you're talking about, at 240, mine was 180 at 6%, and my monthly nut was 1,000 mortgage.
True.
So a 240 at 2, whatever it is now, 2 or whatever, 3%. That's going to be, the monthly nut's going to be what, 1,100, 1,200?
I haven't done the math, but you're right.
Probably roundabout. So less than what these rentals are for these apartments.
That's exactly right. Well, and the point I was trying to get to is we're trying to help them through a contract we're negotiating that we would buy 50 units at this Pleasant Green, same product type, right? The 1,700 square feet. It's a townhome, right? 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, or 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I can't recall, with a little garage. With our partnership or with our joint venture with Piedmont Housing and some capital coming in, we could probably provide them at around $200,000. That's our goal.
That's fantastic.
Right? So we will be able to bring in 50 affordable housing buyers into the Crozet area. Now, some people may not want that, right? But, here's the reality of it is that particular project is already approved for 250 units, so 250 units are coming anyway at a much higher price point. So with the developer proffering or promising with us to build them together jointly, that we can bring, again, 50 affordable housing units. And, at the end of the day, and
right here.
Yeah, I got it. I was wondering where the hell you were going, but that's okay. Goodbye.
Drop my earpiece.
Well, I've been noticing that. I'll go back to my train of thought.
Well, one's Instagram and the other one's for Skype. People don't realize how actually complicated this is. And I don't mean to interrupt you here, but you kind of got us on this.
It was done.
With the telethon, we are going to have musicians at the Jefferson, at the front porch, at the Hillsdale Conference Center, all,
at their smoker,
at Ray Cadell's Albemarle County Estate with his bathrobe on, his cigar, some
Smoking
Glenn
jacket.
Levitt, smoking jacket, smoking
With
beats,
clothes on.
playing the horn on, with
clothes
clothes on,
on.
with clothes on. And Judah's going to be coordinating all this through here.
Yeah.
It is freaking complicated.
Oh, yeah.
Like super complicated.
I mean, just what we do twice a week for an hour, I guess an hour and whatever we're doing.
Yeah. That's why Judah's giving me the cold stare of death.
He doesn't give you the
He's
stink
giving me
eye.
the cold stare of
He
death.
never does it.
He
You
does-
say that all the time.
He does give the
doesn't
cold.
do that.
You'd be surprised.
Really? Is that how you know the language?
You'd be surprised.
You know the body language?
I know the body language. Where the cold stare of death is going to happen is around, because we go to 6:30 here. Where this cold stare of death happens is about 6 p.m. when there's a couple of other items to get to, and 6:30 is not going to happen.
Well, I think the one who gives you a stare of death around that is Liza the dog.
That's the dog's best dog we've ever had.
So I've been trying to milk this along to see if we can get a text
Okay, I don't
and
think it's
announce
gonna
it, but I don't think that's going to happen. So
We celebrate with bourbon on Friday.
we'll celebrate
your
our
daughters, your granddaughter.
more of that. But I want to thank you guys for everything you do, particularly Judah. And this is a big day for Yona and I in our lives, and this is exciting, and it feels great to share with everybody. But the thing I was trying to get to is, and I can say this because I didn't know it before I started, this is our 132nd show, right? We'll be at 150 shows at the end of March.
That's crazy.
That's just insane. But the work that we put in to do this is pretty awesome. A lot of work.
Bust our tail.
And
That's
all
why on the telethon, dude,
that's going to be a lot of work.
we grind.
Yeah.
And we've never asked anything
yeah.
in years
That's what I
of
was trying to
doing
get
this
at.
network.
Yeah, that's what I was
We've
trying to
never asked anything of the viewers. And on Friday, February 12th, I'm going to ask something of all you guys. $50 from 6,000 people for 11 units of affordable housing in Charlottesville. A crowdsourced real estate purchase that will live,
And infamy.
well, infamy has a negative connotation.
Oh, okay.
That will live
Is that really?
positive,
Infamy.
that will live forever and be positively spoken about from generation to generation in circles of Charlottesville, Virginia. That's what you meant to say.
That's exactly what I meant to say.
Oh, I enjoy my time with you.
that word popped in my head. I don't know if it was the right word or not, but it popped in.
Infamy's negative connotation.
Is it negative?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
He's my friend. His name
Not
is Keith
easy.
Smith.
I'm one marble guy doing a 2 marble job.
That's
you gotta
not
keep
true.
You got to keep it simple.
I don't like when you do that.
I know you don't. You and
like
Mrs.
when you
Smith.
He's my friend. His name is Keith Smith of the Yes Team Realtors. Judah Wickhauer. We have to highlight Judah Wickhauer. Judah Wickhauer is A-plus people
Well
and,
done.
and the Elmers that keeps this
Well
rocket
done.
ship together. Elmers is blue. Judah.
He knows.
That's a compliment.
He knows that.
Okay.
He knows that.
Okay, I'm Jerry Miller. This is Angel's Envy. Thank you kindly for
Yeah,
joining us on
Quentin
Real
is
Talk.
1,000% wrong. This is very
It's
good.
fantastic. Yeah.
Very good. What's the alcohol content on that one? No, it's 43%.
Quentin gave me one that was like 140 proof.
Yeah, that's only 43%.
This is 87 proof.
Is it 87?
86.
I couldn't see that far.
Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
Arguably my favorite bourbon. All right, we're out of here. Thank you kindly for joining us. We are back in 58 minutes on the I Love CVille show.
Cheers, Miss Vienna. Cheers.
We'll toast
Not yet, but soon to be.
On
Cheers.
Friday, we'll toast you. Take care, guys. Nicely done.